Okay, let's look at the homework 5.1, 5.2, problem number 11. Right? So this problem is about the general power rule. Right? So this is written slightly different from the lecture notes, but this is the equivalent to general power rule. So let's do that. All right, so in class we had the general power rule, which goes something like this. So you have a integral, and you have g of x raised to the nth power times g prime of x. So if you integrate that, you will get, right, it's basically the power rule. So you have quantity g of x, and raise it to the add 1 to the power, and divided by that power, so n plus 1 plus c, right? And here, instead of using g of x, they're using u, right? So if you rewrite that, so this is just equivalent to u to the n multiplied by derivative of u. So they use different notation, but this is du over dx, which corresponds to g prime of x dx, right? And this can be written as u to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c, right? So for this problem, the problem is just asking you to identify u and the du over dx in this particular indefinite integral, right? But you can see that, right, u is going to correspond to 2 minus square root of x. So there's a corresponding there. And also, du over dx looks like it's going to correspond to negative 1 over 2 square root of x, right? Just make sure that you take the derivative of this u, right? Then you will get the negative 1 over 2 square root of x, right? So in this case, right, u is 2 minus square root of x, and its derivative is negative 1 over 2 square root of x, right? So these are the answers for this problem. But since we already, talking about general power rule, so why don't we apply general power rule to find the antiderivative, right? So antiderivative of this is going to be, so I'm going to go down here. So this is going to be equal to, right? So it's going to be u to the n plus 1. N in this case is 3. So u is going to be 2 minus square root of x. And n plus 1 would be 3 plus 1. So to the 4th power over n plus 1 is 4. Then plus some constant c, right? So this is the antiderivative here. All right, so I'm going to just box it. All right, so let's type this in and let's see if it's if they are correct. All right, so u was 2 minus square root of x. And the du over dx is negative 1 over square root of x. Right, actually I forgot 2 there. Oops. Let's see if I can squeeze 2. Right, 2. Right, so let's check. Submit for testing. All right, it came back and looks like we got these guys correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.